Tottenham started life without Harry Kane with an encouraging 2-2 draw at Brentford in Ange Postecoglou's first game in charge, lining up in what looked like a 4-2-3-1 with Skip and Basuma as the double pivot. Richarlison given that striker role with Emerson Royal starting at right back over Pedro Porro. Spurs averaged 69.9% possession with an impressive field tilt of 78.3%. Both possession and field tilt numbers were higher than any other Premier League game from last season. In possession, Spurs inverted both wing-backs, in particular Emerson Royal, the Brazilian having 135 touches, nearly 82 more touches than his 53.7 average from last season. With Emerson Royal inverting, Oliver Skip found himself playing as a carrilero in possession, moving out into wider areas. James Maddison was impressive on debut, drifting into the left half space on occasions, and that's where he won the free kick leading up to Romero's opener. Another debutant in Indoji made an encouraging start, especially when he's used to playing as a wing-back in a back five at Udinese. I'm thinking as his confidence grows, you will see a lot more from him, a lot more carries, runs into the final third and into the penalty area. At times in pre-season, Ange has positioned his wing-backs really high up the pitch in those half spaces. This will develop better in the coming months with more time on the training field. The return of Bentancur as well, potentially him moving as a six, alongside maybe Basuma, helping in deeper progressions, allowing both wing-backs to get even higher, maybe even seeing the introduction of Pedro Porro on that right-hand side. The big issue, though, isn't the 8s or even the number 9 position. I think for now, Richarlison, potentially backed up by Son, both decent fits in a Postecoglou system. It's actually the wide players that will cause Ange Postecoglou his biggest tactical dilemma if he doesn't bring in at least one wide player in before the transfer deadline closes. Ange likes his wide players to hold the width, willing to take on the fullbacks, isolating them 1v1, and then potentially slipping in underlapping runs from an A or from one of the fullbacks. Son and Kulusevski both like to work in the half spaces, which at times against Brentford made the pitch way too narrow, making it so much easier for the home side to sit in a narrow, compact, low block. However, in all, Spurs fans, you must be really happy with the start you've made to the season, in particular under a complete new style, life without Harry Kane. Spurs fans, let me know your thoughts down in the comments.